Hi, this is Bobby with Grubb Mud Concrete. Today we're working out in Avon, Indiana, where we will be tearing out the small sidewalk because it's settled really bad on that right side, and there's a big crack right there in the middle, and it's like a toe tripper. And she really hated it, so we decided we'd come in one day and knock this out. I would actually take one of these jobs every day of my life for the rest of my life. Every YouTube video, you see my business card at the very beginning, and it says we do any job, big or small. I actually had two of these, and I let my guys get one of them. I gave it to them as a side job. Drew, he's trying to buy a truck, and I figured I would help him out, and Justin just moved into a new place, so I knew they needed the money, so I let them get the other one, and me and my dad knocked this one out. Theirs was just a hot tub pad. It was like a 10 by 10 square, pretty easy. You just do it level. I can guarantee the job will be done right. It's kind of cool having another set of eyes that's just as sharp as mine. So, yeah, so I'm using the Bosch jackhammer, and you saw that tip I was using. It's like 1.5 inch wide chisel bit. If you're going to be using a jackhammer, you need to use that bit at 4 to 6 inches thick concrete. If it's over that, you need to use a pointed bit. But yeah, you can break through some 16 inches of concrete if you use that pointed bit. It's going to take you a second, but we've done it. You know, if I need to rent a bobcat breaker, I will for sure. I don't use them a lot. I have in the past, no doubt about it. But I don't use them a lot anymore. But we got a backhoe that we tear a lot of stuff out with, and if you get it loose, you hit it with a sledge or this jackhammer, you can break them up. But anyway, for something like this is perfect. You wouldn't want to bring equipment up here and mess up her nice little area she's got here. It was really nice. She had a bunch of flowers, a bunch of different things, and I really liked her little area right there. I'd like to know what you guys would charge on something like this. So in the comment section below on the small jobs, do you have a minimum amount that you charge, or do you charge just labor and minimum charge on labor? Keep the materials separate. How do you guys do that? Yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. I'm just picking up the last few pieces, then we'll break it out, and then we'll compact what's down there. You always want to do that first, compact whether you use a jumping jackhammer or a regular compactor. You need to compact the dirt. This was actually a mix between dirt and pea gravel. Every time people use pea gravel as base, it's going to settle. I don't care what part of the Midwest you're from. It probably does it in the West, the East, and everything. That pea gravel for fill is junk. Don't use pea gravel for fill. Be able to do it with those gloves on. I want it in the top corner. Unless you want it settling and coming back and tearing it out in 10 years because it's settled. Some people say pea gravel's like 98% compact when you throw it down, but it's not. So this is the outside board. We're scabbing all these together. I put one in the top corner, one in the bottom corner, and one in the back, and we'll carry it in there. That's the way we do it. This is a lap siding. It comes in like 12 inches wide, but we rip it down.
Bring it my way.
For the inside, we use sure ply. It's a little bit flimsier, but it makes a tight turn.
Put your foot on the other side. You got it too far in. Or, there you go. You're too far in. You need to be over some. Put a stake on the inside, a longer one. Grab that long one right there. It's behind the scab. You don't ever put it behind that. You always put it behind the scab, if you can. You want this sledge? I got it out.
Nope.
Hold on. Back more. Go ahead. Right there. Screw it. Alright. It's got a good shape to it.
Yep.
Now we're setting up this inside. Basically, we just get a spacer 36 inches long, and we stick it in there. We put our wooden stakes right up to it. It's pretty simple. Make sure you level it across.
Whoa, you don't have the level right.
You can do this on straight stuff too, but I like using a string line. String line never lies. The spacers can get off on straights, but on radiuses it stays pretty straight how you want it. I mean, as long as you make it tight on top of that 2x4 with the stake. So make sure you guys stick around to the end of this video. I got a sneak peek on how this project turned out, because this is just going to be part one of prep, how you prep, and how we do a radius sidewalk, and part two will actually be how we pour, and it's pretty cool too. I got a lot of good angles, and I actually started editing it already. I know this is a little project, but I really wanted to show detail on this one and show you how to do stuff, because I was going to put DIY in front of this do-it-yourself.
Looks pretty decent.
So now we're running the compactor on the, I would say, natural grade that's there. We did throw out any loose dirt. We hit it with this one, and then when we put gravel in it, we hit it again a couple times, spray water on it, hit it again. Here comes the gravel.
I'll move that in a minute.
Just spreading this out. You'll want to spread it out to the bottom of your 4-inch board, and make sure it's level going across. And so you can put a 2x4 over your sidewalk, but you basically want to have 4 inches. You might do it 3 3/4 because you know you're going to compact it down. It's going to go down a quarter. So grade it out to about 3 3/4. That's what your come along is if you actually tilt it forward. A good the come alongs we use are 4 inches. That if you tip them forward just a little bit. I don't like those bent draggers. I like come alongs. You can see how our come-alongs are really straight, and they're not the bent ones that you see with the draggers.
Pull up on the reins. Pull up on the reins. If you pull up on the reins, you'll lose all that.
This is your actual subgrade that you're going to be compacting. That's going to be like basically your bottom protection for your sidewalk. You want this compacted really well. Spray it with water, compact it again, and then you're gonna I always recommend putting down wire mesh. I always recommend that. You don't see that in every single one of my videos, but I always definitely recommended it to the customer, whether they wanted to put it in their budget or not. It's up to them, but my recommendation is wire mesh, and fiber. I like fiber because it protects the surface of the concrete up here in these freeze and thaw states. Basically, some people say it only does stuff during the curing time, but think about it. You have a bunch of little fibers going through your concrete. It's definitely going to protect the top from flaking off. That's all you need. Set the wire on it. There you go. Stick.
Hi. I thought you all said the cement truck was coming at 2 o'clock.
It was supposed to.
We can't control that.
I know that.
Let me drill this real quick.
Party's over.
You backing in? Huh? About a 5.5, 6, 5.5 probably. The first part's gonna be right now. I definitely sounds too dry.